Hello, how are we? I hope we are all having a fabulous day wherever we are in the world. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my new channel. I'm Charlie, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a chat about learning to be alone in times when you are struggling. I thought we could do a little bit of a car chat. I want to start this series here on my channel where I just chat about deep topics in my car because I just love deep topics. I love people just chatting away about stuff, and I thought we could just, what better not just than I can't even speak, than to talk about topics that really do resonate with me myself as I'm learning, because I am on this self-love healing journey. And yeah, I wanted to talk about how being alone is okay, and I wanted to speak about how being alone is completely okay. It is more than okay, and it's a need in a way, but especially when you are learning to heal yourself, learning to heal your mind, your body, whatever else. I think that learning to be alone is okay, and it's necessary also to be alone, whilst there are also things of it's okay not to be alone. It's okay to want to have company and all of that. I wanted to speak more about how my journey of being alone, and I know it will help some people, and to just kind of give insight. I don't know where this video is going to go. I just want to start talking about it. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. And so I'm not going to lie, I don't have many friends. I don't have a big friendship group. I have friends here and there. I don't have a close-knit group. I don't think I really have a best friend, to be honest. It's okay. I've noticed to not have a good friendship group, or like a close group friends or a best friend. And it's taught me a lot now to realize that I'm alone majority of the time, 24/7. Yeah, it is lonely. It is completely lonely to feel that way, and it sucks sometimes. I've learned to love my own company. I love being with myself. I love doing things by myself, for myself, because it kind of gives me this little bit of a power in a way to be myself. And it's true that you know yourself more than anyone else knows you, especially as someone who suffers depression and anxiety. There are times when being alone is probably like the worst thing that I can be, and it's worse when you know people who know that you suffer a mental illness and they don't understand your mental illness. It's a lonely feeling when it's that way. I know a lot of people feel that way as well. I keep saying that, but it's true. And being alone is something that I've learned that kind of my savior in a way. And the thing is, you are never alone when you are with yourself, when you are your true self. And I truly believe that. Wholeheartedly, I believe that. I am someone I'm a mix between an introvert and an extrovert. It depends on how my mood is, what I'm feeling, just in general. And something that's really overall helped me when I'm feeling alone is to put in the mindset of, I like my own energy, I like my own being. And these past couple years, I remember in high school, I hated being alone. I hated being just by myself because I felt like it was probably the worst thing, which so some days it is the worst thing for me to be alone. I have to be with people in a way to bring up my energy, to bring up this vibe. I used to hate being alone. I used to hate being by myself. I used to hate feeling that I wasn't good enough for friends, feeling that I wasn't good enough for people's time and energy. Over the years, ever since I've left high school, I've learned that I've become more independent through being alone. And whilst it's good to rely on people, it's good to talk to people and all of that, but sometimes I've learned more by myself about things about myself than when I'm with people. But overall, being alone is something that I believe everyone needs to implement into their lives, and it's a good thing. Especially if you're going through like anxiety and depression, it's a constant battle and a struggle, because there are times when you just feel so low, and a lot of times your anxiety and your depression kind of like battles with your mind, saying that, oh well, no one cares about me and all of that. You got to remind yourself that, hey, I care about me, and that's all that matters. In return of that, people will start to kind of like reflect you in a way of wanting to be with you, if that makes any sense. But if I was speaking about how to start being alone, if you're someone who doesn't have many friends, or if you're someone who has friends and there are times when you just feel lost and feel out of it and not there, I think learning to be alone is something you need, because it's going to teach you more about yourself and you're going to grow as a person, and being independent is good. One thing that I love doing to be alone is doing things by myself for me. Ways you can do this is through implementing more hobbies into your lives, hobbies that are by yourself. So if that's going to the gym, that's one of my hobbies. I love going to the gym. I love being in my own space, in my own mind, and being by myself whilst I'm working out. It's kind of like my activity. Another way you could be alone is for drives, going for drives, listening to music, playing music. You can do some art, read, but not just that, watch movies by yourself. I mean, something that I'm trying to do is I really look up to people who go to the movies by themselves, like the cinema. I personally cannot do. I am wanting to do that at some point in either this year or in the near future, because I feel like that's definitely going to make me grow as a person. But you can also go on through solo traveling. I've heard by so many people who solo travel that it is probably one of the best things that they have ever done, and it has made them grow as a person. I've been on a plane by myself. I've flown to my friend who lives in a different state. To me, that was such a big step for me, because I'm someone who is very anxious when if I'm traveling by myself to a different place that I don't know, my anxiety is bad. But what I noticed is when I went on that plane and flew, even though I was meeting my friend in a different state, but going on a plane by myself, it gave me this confidence to realize, oh my God, I can do this. I've met so many different people through being alone that it doesn't feel alone, if that makes any sense. I keep saying that, but it's true. I don't feel alone, never knowing where I am and never knowing if people are here for me or there for me. And I think there are so many different activities that you can do and hobbies that you can start doing when you're alone, whether that's yoga, gym, walks, traveling. Being alone is good. Being alone is a necessity for everyone in our lives, for yourself. And I think it's good also to encourage people to feel alone. But then it's also okay to feel sad about being alone. There are a lot of times when I feel alone. I'm not gonna lie, like in the terms of, oh my God, no one's here for me. Why isn't any of my friends messaging me and asking if I'm okay? I think what matters is you being there for yourself and learning to like your own company, learning to know your triggers, know your values, your personality. It's going to help you overall in your healing journey, in your mental health. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about being alone. And I've given some activities. I hope this video makes sense. Being alone, it's scary, but it's okay. It's okay to be alone. Now, I'm not saying to go hibernate in your room and not talk to anyone for months on end. I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying either spend a day a week or half a day a week just being by yourself. Don't go on social media. That's something I'm learning to do, of when I'm being alone, to not go on social media, because that does bring my mood down. It does make me feel a lot more lonely, because then I see people always hanging out with people. So that's one thing that I would recommend. Don't go on social media and doom scroll when you are alone, because that's definitely going to make you feel lonely. And that's not what we want. We want to feel enjoyment and excitement and kind of a calmness when we are alone. We want to feel kind of like empowered and kind of happy to be alone in a sense. I keep saying the word alone. So if you have watched this video, thank you. I hope this kind of gives a bit of help, I guess, into why being alone is okay, why learning to be in your own presence and your own peace by yourself is okay, and that You are going to grow as a person when you are alone. And I'm not saying to cut ties with people, cut ties with your friends and your family. I'm saying that spend time away from, like, one, social media, two, learning to be away from some people. Sometimes you need to protect your own energy. You need to protect your own self to be better and to heal yourself and to learn independence, because independence is important in your relationships as well. You're going to feel more secured. You're going to feel more loved, etc. Be alone and learn to start to enjoy your own company and do things that you're scared to do. That can be another thing that you're scared to do. If you're scared to be alone, learn to be alone in your own company. That's today's little video. I hope this makes any sense. I kind of pretty much repeated myself the whole entire video. I am sorry, but not sorry. So go be alone and go do some fun things. And I will see you in our next video. But without further ado, like and subscribe. And I will see you next time for our car chats.